So you're thinking about moving to Sarasota, Florida, and you'd like to know what it's like to live and play here? With this introduction video, we're going to share with you everything Sarasota has to offer.
That's right. We'll talk about the layout of the area, the food scene, recreation, attractions, schools, and housing, so you can get a sense of whether living in Sarasota is right for you.
Let's get going. I'm standing in the center of downtown Sarasota, right in front of the Sarasota Opera House. Sarasota has a cultural hub here downtown that rivals any major city. In our area, we have the Sarasota Opera House, the Van Wezel Performing Arts Center, ballet, art galleries, shopping. There is so much to do here in downtown Sarasota. The downtown area is about 3 square miles that covers about 10 blocks, all very walkable. It's great to come down here on Saturday morning to the farmers market. There are over 50 vendors, from organic produce to plants to crafts to my favorite coffee truck that's here every Saturday. There are also dozens of restaurants with the most eclectic collection of food and 5-star chefs. We love having our date nights downtown. There is also so much shopping to do downtown. There are dozens of clothing boutiques, specialty stores, gourmet shops. If you're an antique lover, there are plenty of antique stores and bookstores that you can browse through. In terms of nightlife, downtown is absolutely the place to be. There are rooftop bars everywhere that have views of the downtown bayfront. My 40th birthday party was on a rooftop bar just around the corner. We actually shut the place down that night. We have quite the diversity of housing options here in downtown Sarasota. There are over 20 square blocks of residential space. Most of those are condos. There are over 100 condo buildings in downtown Sarasota, and those range from 1-bedroom, 1-bathrooms to 5-bedroom condos that you can find right in this area. There's also a selection of single-family homes and townhomes in this area.
So here we are on St. Armand Circle, out in Sarasota Bay on this little island on a chain of islands known as the Keys. So you probably heard of the Florida Keys down off the southern tip of Florida, but you may not know that Sarasota, the entire mainland coastal area, has an adjacent chain of keys or small islands attached, from Anna Maria Island, Longboat Key, Lido and Bird Key, Siesta Key, and Casey Key to the south. Basically, a key is a small barrier island that sits just off the mainland. It protects our mainland shore from the primary surge from the ocean, and it also provides for our gorgeous beaches and the incredible waterfront Gulf views from the coastal real estate property there. So all of the Sarasota Keys feature world-class beaches. You've probably heard of world-famous Siesta Key Beach, renowned universally because of its sand. It's 99% quartz, which gives it the texture of a fine powder, and in the blazing hot summer sun, the sand at Siesta Key Beach does not get hot. But venture just a little bit north to Lido Beach or up on Longboat, or south to Venice Beach, and the sand composition is completely different. It gives you an opportunity to find the beach that's just right for you, whether it feels exclusive and off the beaten path, where there aren't a lot of local access points, or wide open and crowded. You're gonna find your beach flair and whatever appeals to you the most. In terms of recreation, anything on the water is at your fingertips on the Keys here. It is a boater's paradise, from the downtown bayfront hub of Marina Jack, where you've got luxury yachts, to rental boats you can take out for just a day, and fishing charters galore. You've got everything you could possibly want. One of my favorite sights cruising out on the waters here is when you see the boats just lined up and anchored at our sandbars. And what people will do is they'll just drop anchor in 3 feet of water, jump out, pop a cocktail, and enjoy this gorgeous paradise while standing waist deep. In terms of real estate on the Keys, there's a number of different opportunities. We've got bayside waterfront, we've got interior canals, and of course, the creme de la creme is the Gulf front real estate, where you open your sliders and see nothing but ocean in front of you. Communities on the Keys vary greatly. Take Bird Key, for example. You've got an entire island where the whole body is the neighborhood, versus Longboat Key, where you've got dozens of different communities, from gated country club estates to condominiums to literally non-HOA Gulf front properties. There's something for everyone.
I'm standing on the beautiful Legacy Trail right in the heart of central Sarasota. The Legacy Trail is over 15 miles of an exercise trail, and it actually runs from Venice all the way up through Sarasota. It used to be an old railroad. Isn't that amazing? In central Sarasota, you'll have access to over 140 parks, just like the one behind me. Our family spends almost every weekend outside at a park somewhere. It allows us to take advantage of this beautiful, gorgeous Florida weather year-round. In terms of housing, central Sarasota is where most of our real estate transactions take place almost every year. You've got the widest range of home types, from a 1 or 2 bedroom home in the low to mid 300 range, all the way up to tens of millions of dollars for a property in some of the central Sarasota neighborhoods. If you're looking for community events and activities, central Sarasota has you covered. Almost every weekend, there is something going on, whether it's a festival or a fair or a 5K, you can always find something to do on a weekend here in Sarasota. In terms of higher education, both the Ringling College of Art and Design and the New College of Florida are located right here in central Sarasota.
So I'm here at the town center of Waterside within Lakewood Ranch, and what we've done here is we've crossed over the interstate. We are now east of I-75. If you think about Florida being developed from the coastline in, and knowing that 80% of our population lives between the interstate and the coast, something changes when we cross over I-75. We've got a lot of new construction happening here, a lot more space to roam. There's an abundance of rural activities, from equestrian activities to fishing, hiking, bicycling, trails, you name it. We also have golf course and country club communities, so a lot of Florida active lifestyle components find themselves here. In terms of real estate, those who fret about our postage stamp size lots here in Florida will probably find a more attractive selection of home sites available here, even up to properties with acreage here on the east side of Sarasota. While this area east of 75 typically offered more value, where you could get away from the hustle and bustle of town and spread out a little bit and get some more land, maybe stretch your home value a little bit further, there's so much building and expansion going on here that really you get the best of both worlds. You get convenience without the congestion. In terms of housing, families of all types are attracted to East Sarasota because there's so many different options to choose from apartment complexes, townhomes, villas, large estate, single-family residences, and everything in between. And pulling it all together are wonderful community events like the Sunday Farmers Market, which happens right behind me here at Town Center at Waterside, which gives you a wonderful cross-section of the community, food trucks, events, activities, all of this wonderful lakeside scenery behind us. Next, we're going to talk about how the school system works in Sarasota. But first, I want to let you know that Tony and I are realtors here.
In fact, we own Sarasota's top-selling real estate team. If you think that the Sarasota lifestyle might be for you, we'd love to make that move as smooth and easy as possible on you.
Whether you're moving in a week, a month, or a year, let us know about it. Call, text, or email us anytime. Our contact info is in the description below.
And be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell for notifications so you're the first one to know when we publish new content about Sarasota, Florida. We are standing on the beautiful campus of the Out of Door Academy right here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. My son is actually in class somewhere back there. Hey buddy, if you are thinking about moving to Sarasota, you have so many options when it comes to schooling for your family. In terms of public schools, there are over 60 public school options right here in our area. If your family is thinking about potentially looking at a private school, there's over 25 options of private schools, both religious and independent. We also run a gamut of charter schools and magnet schools. There's also really great options for homeschooling your children. So many of the schools in the area have a homeschool component to them, or you can fully homeschool. There's a ton of different ways you can make this work. If you have younger children or are thinking about starting your family, there are a lot of options when it comes to preschools, early childhood education programs. In Florida, we have something called VPK, which is a voluntary pre-kindergarten program. No matter which school choice is right for you and your family, there are so many options of activities to get your children involved in. There are sports, arts, theater, music, STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. The circus programs that are available here are just phenomenal. So regardless of what you and your family are interested in or your child interested in, there is absolutely an option through the school system here in Sarasota. So just like in so many areas of our country, you are districted for the school that you're going to go to. But in our area, they offer something called school choice. So if you and your family would like to go to a school that is outside of your area, you can work through something called school choice. It's not guaranteed every time, but it's a great way to get your child into the school that they are looking for. I know a lot of families have questions about school ratings and are the schools good in Florida? There is a link in the description below which will take you right to an amazing website that will share all of the school rankings in our area.
So in terms of actual real estate, I wanted to show you what you can get for around $500,000 in Sarasota. So we brought you to a very centrally located, pretty typical Sarasota community to show you this property behind me here. This home was built in the mid-90s. It's just under 2,000 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, pool ranch home. So that's what $500,000 will get you. Let's up our price point a little bit and see what Tony's found.
Thanks, David. So we kicked it up a notch in price range and we are in central Sarasota. This home is a newer build. It's 2 bedrooms plus a den, 2 bathrooms with a ton of outdoor living space. So in the $800,000 range, this is about what you can expect. In a home like this, it usually has top-end appliances, a huge screened-in lanai, so you really can open up the back and have great outdoor-indoor living space. And this is what you can find in around the $800,000 range right here in central Sarasota.
So we ventured into luxury real estate. When we get into this price point, around $1.5 million, we have a lot of different options that we could go. Could absolutely show you a brand new construction home in a master plan community with every brand new modern convenience, bell and whistle. But we took a different direction here because one of my very favorite things about Sarasota are the older communities built in the 1950s, 1960s, where we have such an eclectic mix of architectural styles and of course some other benefits that the new construction communities don't have, such as direct waterfront access. This property behind me sits on Felipe Creek, which runs out to Roberts Bay and Siesta Key beyond. And so this house, while built in 1957, has been completely remodeled with a brand new roof, new hurricane impact windows, new kitchen, new bathrooms, appliances, you name it. Every surface that you could touch is new. And in addition to the 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and approximately 2,000 square feet, the most exciting feature of this gorgeous property is the fact that it's got a 30-foot dock and a boat lift so you can keep your boat in your backyard, cruise out into the water and the bay beyond in a matter of moments. So we've covered a lot of information about living in Sarasota, Florida, but there's still so much more to learn. Check out our video on the pros and cons of living here so you can find out what people really love and what they don't.
If you're thinking about moving here, please feel free to reach out to us with any questions you may have, and we'll see you later.